Wednesday morning. Let's go through the news together. All right, Trump meets Sela on the sidelines of the Davos Forum. President Barham Sela met with U.S. President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the Davos Forum in Switzerland. A political source familiar said that President Barham Sela met with President U.S. Trump on the sidelines of the Davos Forum in Switzerland. It is noteworthy that Sela left on Tuesday to attend Davos Economic Conference in Switzerland, where a number of world leaders, including U.S. President Trump, are scheduled to meet on the sidelines of the conference to discuss bilateral relations. Next article, Barzani to Trump. We defeated ISIS together. The president of the Kurdistan region, Barzani, met today, Wednesday, with Donald Trump on the sidelines of the Davos Economic Forum in Switzerland. I would like to take the opportunity and thank you for your support. We defeated ISIS together, and I thank you on behalf of the people of Kurdistan, Barzani told Trump during the meeting. Barzani will participate with an official invitation in the Davos World Economic Forum, which is taking place until the 24th of this month, which marks the 50th anniversary of the founding of the forum. Next article, the president reveals details of Sela and Trump's talks and the foreign presence in Iraq. Today, President of the Republic, Barham Sela, held in-depth talks with President Trump within the schedule of his daily meetings with a number of leaders and heads of state on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos. According to the presidential statement, Sela stressed the need to intensify international efforts to establish security and stability to the international and regional levels, adding that their consolidation and strengthening is the only way to ensure the achievement of comprehensive peace in the region. The President of the Republic added that Iraq is keen to establish balanced relations with all friends and allies in a manner that enhances its sovereignty and respect for its independence decision and realizes the interests of the Iraq people, and to continue economic development and reconstruction and not allow Iraq to turn into an arena for conflict and settling accounts. In turn, the American president renewed his country's support for the stability of Iraq and its keenness in strengthening common relations and expanding the volume of cooperation between Iraq and the U.S. in a manner that serves the interests of the two peoples, valuing the pivotal Iraq role in the region. The statement pointed out that during the meeting, the presence and reduction of foreign forces in the country was examined, and the importance of respecting the demands of the Iraqi people in preserving national sovereignty and ensuring security and stability. Next article, Iraq Abdul Mahdi calls on Parliament to choose a new prime minister to hand him over. The resigned Iraqi prime minister and the head of the current daily caretaker government, Abdul Mahdi, said that the government submitted its resignation about 2 months ago, and it is still demanding that Parliament and political forces to submit new candidates to hand over talks and responsibilities to the new government in a smooth manner, and to return to conditions full-fledged government. Abdul Mahdi added during the weekly meeting of the Council of Ministers, until now, nothing has happened, as if by the presence of the government they do not want to bear responsibility, and they have to bear the cost of this new government has borne the costs. The demonstrators are our children and are keen that the situation does not escalate further in the country, because the country needs calm. And Abdul Mahdi indicated, according to what the Prime Minister's official office reported on Twitter, that some people are trying to address the security issue by disrupting schools, blocking roads, pointing out that this has nothing to do with peaceful demonstrations, because peaceful demonstrations are respected, express their opinion, and be protected. The Prime Minister questioned how to reform the system. Schools, universities, public, private interests, and excess districts are suspended. And he added the big difference in the peaceful expression of opinion between the use of violence and the closure of schools, the denial of people to schools, and the denial of access to interests. Most of the protesters are young, and we have to take care of them, and we have no biased view against them other than the patriarchal views that says this is wrong and falls into serious errors. On the other hand, the head of the Iraqi government criticized the launch of Katyusha rockets at the American embassy in the country. Abdul Mahdi said it is painful and incorrect, wondering who authorizes these entities to be subjected to foreign representation in Iraq, pointing out that this degrades the state and insults Iraq and is unacceptable. The Prime Minister emphasized that an attack on foreign mission is an attack on the Iraqi state, just as an attack on any Iraqi representation abroad is an attack on the host. Experts Saleh and Trump's meeting with Switzerland is very important. He will return next Thursday to resolve. Iraqi political expert Hashemi stressed on Tuesday the importance of meeting with Barham Saleh, meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump on the sidelines at the Davos conference in Switzerland. Al-Hashemi told that the visit of the President of the Republic to Switzerland is very important, especially at the present time, because Iraq needs to communicate with the outside world in light of the pressures and significant interference in its affairs. He added Saleh's meeting with Trump was very important in light of the American escalation on Iraq soil, as well as more important issues that Saleh will discuss during his visit. The expert Hashemi said Saleh will return next Thursday to Iraq in order to resolve the Prime Minister file. It should be noted that an informed source in the presidency court said earlier today in a statement that the President of the Republic left for Switzerland to attend the Davos International Conference after it was not possible to agree upon the selection of a prime minister during the meetings held today. Postponement of the nomination of the new prime minister until Saleh returns from Davos. The file for choosing the next prime minister was postponed after the news that it was close to settling on Monday after President Saleh traveled to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and participated in it. According to media sources, she stated that the prime minister will not be nominated for Iraq until after the president returns from Davos, Switzerland. The protesters forced the government Abdul Mahdi to resign in early December and insist on the departure and accountability of all political elites accused of corruption and waste of state funds. Today, Baghdad and the Iraqi provinces are witnessing an escalation in the popular protests after cutting most roads and bridges, while the security forces opened fire on the demonstrators in Baghdad and some provinces. Next article, postponement of the nomination of the new prime minister until Saleh returns from Davos. The file for choosing the next prime minister was postponed after news thought it was close to settling on Monday after President Barham Saleh traveled to Davos, Switzerland, and participated in it. According to media sources, she stated that the prime minister will not be nominated for Iraq until after President Barham Saleh returns from the World Economic Forum in Davos. The protesters